Hello Anonymous. What are body thetans? That is the focus of this video. The real world is not actually real. Scientology believes that your awareness makes it real. It is a sort of collaborative solipsism, where nothing is real, until you and someone else agree that it is real. A Scientology saying is, what is true, for you is true, for you. Combine that with the arc triangle, which stands for affinity, reality, and communication, and what you have is a system where what is true, for you and your friends, is even more true than what is true, for you. This is the way that the cult justifies brainwashing its adherents. The more people who participate in Scientology, the more accurate Scientology is. For this reason, Scientologists have no problem lying. For them, there is quite literally no distinction between a lie and the truth, between fantasy and reality. Delusion is doctrine. But this is not just true for the individuals believing in it. User Major Logica commented on my video that, when you die, quote, our Thetans come back in a new body. But that is not completely true, because our bodies themselves are composed of an untold number of body Thetans. A body Thetan is a collection of specific awarenesses. One body Thetan might be entirely the experience of stubbing your toe. That's it. Imagine, if you had been locked in a room and the only experience you'd ever had was stubbing your toe. That's a body Thetan. And it gets even more bizarre. Remember that in Scientology, the world exists because you decide it exists. Therefore this body Thetan not only is the experience of stubbing your toe, it actually creates the toe, because it wants to be stubbed. If you can communicate with your stubbed toe, eventually you can audit away all of the engrams associated with toe pain, and the body Thetan will leave. The toe was just mocked up by the Thetan, so according to Hubbard, once that body Thetan is clear, your toe will literally become clear. Until then you are stuck with this body Thetan that is very low on the tone scale. To be clear is to be invisible, to no longer need awareness of your body or its existence. One piece of the tech is called contact assists. Contact assists are used to treat injuries. If a person hurts themselves, they are supposed to quickly, as fast as they can, reenact the injury, to give the pain back to the Thetan that is mocking up whatever injured the person. If you stub your toe, you are supposed to stub it again. Because my joints are very prone to dislocation, I would often fall or otherwise hurt myself. As I was indoctrinated, I would then repeat the mechanism of the injury, which often hurt like hell. To this day that is still my first response to injuring myself. Once I fell against a wall and hit my head. Immediately I hit my head again 3 times, not as hard as the actual fall but making sure to make contact in exactly the same motion, as if I could undo it. I must have wanted to hit my head against the wall, so by repeating the action I am in effect appeasing the body Thetan that pulled it in. From a young age I was encouraged to think of my body as a collection of these body Thetans. Like telling myself that 1 hour counted for 2, I was also supposed to tell my body Thetans not to get sick, if I was too busy to be sick, or to tell my arms to stop shaking. Because of my seizure disorder I would frequently have involuntary movements. The older I got, the worse my medical problems became, and thus the lower on the tone scale I fell. People low on the tone scale are not to be reasoned with. To borrow some jargon, I have a whole chain of incidents with my mother especially, begging her to please, just listen to what I was saying. Because Scientology convinced her she could read minds, she did not care what I had to say, because she could tell I was in a tone that was causing me to lie. Severe reality adjustments and bullbaiting were the norm in my house. Over and over, you chose me. Why did you choose me? You chose this life, so you must have had a reason. This I think was the only thing that kept me from suicide during the darkest point in my life, where my body barely worked, I couldn't eat, I was having seizures on a daily basis and getting screamed at, told I must like being screamed at to have pulled it in, every morning for a medical condition beyond my control. The thought that I must have had a reason to experience this much suffering, or the converse, that I must truly be an evil, sick person to have gone so far off my track that I had planned out for my life, kept me from ending it. I absolutely hated myself for failing to live up to the grandiose expectations my parents had implanted in me in childhood, for not being able to control my body Thetans. Teaching children that their problems are caused by demon possession on steroids is child abuse. Scientology encourages and facilitates child abuse. I am anonymous. I will not forgive. I will not forget.